Today, I'm going to give you guys the single best piece of training advice you'll ever get, ever. Today on Strength Cycle, we're going to be talking about the single best piece of advice you could ever have as far as training. We're going to be talking about the idea of progressive overload and linear progression. Together, combined, this is the most important principle of getting bigger, getting stronger, getting faster, even getting leaner. And it's one that it angers me so much. It actually infuriates me just when I think about it. All the years I wasted reading lots of magazines and following other things that inherently weren't bad, but they never ever emphasized this to the level that they really should. And here's the first myth that everybody thinks about linear progression. You hear it in all the magazines all the time. You hear the idea that it works good for beginners, but it doesn't work for long, and it's just patently, it's not telling you the whole picture. And here's how linear progression is going to work. This is a very simplistic way, but here's how it works, and this is the big thing to take home from this. Let's basically, let's say we're going to pick a big compound movement, squats. We're going to add 5 pounds a week. Every week. If we're going to do, say, like what I'm doing, 5 sets of 5. Every week we're going to add 5 pounds to that number. And that's linear progression. We're just going to keep adding 5 pounds a week until we can't add anymore. And what that's going to mean is you're going to get to a point where one week you don't hit all your reps. And that's what a lot of the programs say. If you don't hit all your reps, don't up the weight the next week. So next week rolls around, we're going to try it again. And if you miss it at the same place again, maybe try one more week. And if you still don't get it, it's time to reset. And this is when linear progression has stopped. However, it has not stopped entirely. What you need to do is cycle it. So what you need to do is maybe take a week and do what they call a deload and go real light or something. Now, and again, this is a very simplistic answer here, but or explanation of what a deload is. But go real light, easy, but not take the week off, and then come back, scale your weights back a few weeks worth, and start the progression again. And then so basically you're cycling your linear progression. You say we'll do 9 weeks building up, then we've hit a plateau. We're going to scale it back a little bit. Build up till we pass that plateau, till it happens again, scale back, and keep going with some kind of rest period, deload, week, something in between, and you're just going to keep going. And this is what they always fail to tell you. They fail to tell you that you can keep cycling it. And this is going to work for a very long time. And to keep you on it, get yourself a notebook. Just like this. This is one of the best tools I've found in the last year. My dad always used to do this when I was growing up. He still does it. But pick a plan. There's 100 of them out there, and write your weights down each week and follow the plan. Write them down. Don't try to rely on memory or I'll up the weight when I feel like it or whatever. No. Write it down. Add 5 pounds each week. Add 10 pounds each week. Keep a notebook, go back through it, look at it. You can look and you can see, and you'll see the numbers, and you can keep track of it. And once you see it on paper, and you see week to week the change, I mean, it's night and day how it affects you. It makes it easier to stay on task. It makes it easier not to skip workouts. It makes it easy to go hard because it's like, that notebook's like staring you in the face. Like, hey, this last week, you know what? So what? You don't feel good? Oh, I don't feel so good today. You know what? It's fucking Monday, squat day. We're doing it. We're going to beat last week. We're going to keep going. So, in a simplistic way, this is the best piece of advice there is. And do not forget it. Even if it gets hard. Don't mess with that and mess with what works until it stops working. Keep working on this linear progression in cycles until it really stops. Then stop, reevaluate what you need, and then begin to move forward from there. But not until then. Don't fix what isn't broken. And that's it for Strength Cycle today. Stay tuned. We're always going to have more cool stuff for you. More info about getting stronger, more meal prep, and cooking recipes, and all kinds of stuff like that. So stay tuned to Strength Cycle.